just a quick question, and probably I would love to hear your answers to either yes or no. When Russia started the war against Ukraine, there was sanctions against Russian citizens. So Russian students weren't allowed to come and study in the UK, most of the British university wouldn't issue them with a student visa. Now we have dual national British Israelis who are fighting with the idea. My question to you, are you going to enforce sanctions against Israeli citizens who have been involved with IDF and who have dual nationality, British nationality? Some of them have returned back, and it's either yes or no answer to you.
Just go down there and just quickly.
I can't answer that because we don't have a policy on it. I'm here representing the policy.
Yeah. If they're directly involved in the conflict, yes. If they're not, you're going to have rampant xenophobia and rampant racism, and that can't happen. If there is a direct link with them being involved in that atrocity,
there was someone that came back a few weeks ago.
Definitely. 100%.
And the people coming in the war that come back.
And in terms of sanctioning their students to come and study in the UK, similar approach. We've done against Russia. Why do we do certain approach towards the Russians? And we don't apply the same with Israelis.
Well, we should never have punished the Russian population for the crimes of their leaders. I don't think that's fair. Yeah. I think
you guys want to give a quick one-word answer? And then
I can't give a one-word answer because it's complicated. But yeah, I'll give a sentence. I'm trying a sentence.
I'll give you that.
I think, look, we've put targeted sanctions against, as I say, members of the Israeli government who we think are responsible for some of the acts there. There's a principle within international law that you don't target or sanction the lowest grades. You go after the leadership, and I think we would follow those principles. And look, we've got the ICC and the ICJ, South Africa are already taking steps there. And just to point out, the ICC is looking at war crimes and crimes on both sides. So what we would do is we would support that process to its fruition.
Yeah, but I think the question is slightly different because what the gentleman is saying is those who have been actively involved, right? I think James is also saying, if your policy of just dealing with people who are leaders, then
it's a long-standing,
just getting scot-free.
It's a long-standing.
Right? But that's giving people free rein to go.
It's not giving free rein. It's where crimes are committed. The leadership.
Yeah, but you had people of the Muslim community from different nations going to the Middle East, etc. They got prosecuted, right? And if we're going to use that standard for that community, we should use the same standard for the Israeli community.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
But it's not.
We can't have one rule for one group and another.
No. Exactly, which is why we're committed to the ICC process and following international.
Yeah, but the ICC process didn't apply to it.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't state actor. That's why. So there are nuances in law. Look, I'm not an international lawyer, and I don't want to misspeak on this. Sure. But the principle is that we would go after the people.
But when you support any Brent citizen, for example, who will come up publicly promote his crime in social media to be persecuted by the British.
I'm not.
That's not that hard to answer, surely.
Look, I'm not a jury
in war crimes.
It's either yes or no.
If someone's been convicted of a crime by an
documented, he documented that gentleman lives in Brent.
Okay, so let me make it easy.
It's not for politicians to take in the role of
John,
lawyers.
let's make it easy for you, right?
Yeah.
You've just been elected by Brent. You're in Parliament, and you've got school teachers who've been in the IDF, killing children and killing women, and they're teaching here and they're putting posts up in Parliament, and you've got immunity, right? In Parliament, you can say what you like, and no one's going to prosecute you. Are you going to say something?
But look,
it's not about law now. It's about making a moral stand.
But you could apply that same. There are teachers who've served in the British Armed Forces who've probably killed people.
Yeah, but we're not talking about them right now, are we?
No,
we're talking about war crimes.
Yeah, and when there's been a war crime, of course we would take the full sanction of the law against anyone who's committed war crimes.
There's two parts of it. There's a legal matter, and there's a moral pressure on people who are actors, right? And the job of a politician is to apply moral pressure. And you're saying, I won't do that.
No,
because I'm going to leave it to the legal process.
Yeah, because I believe in due process and international law.
Okay, I think you made your place very clear. Over to you.
Jonny, you're doing so well until now, man. I'm going to say to you anyway. Look, the double standard. See, this is the benefit of being an independent. See, I'm fearless. I'm going to say it as it is. I don't have to toe any party line when it comes to genocide. Let me give you the double standards. When Ukraine was invaded by Russia, we had the blue and yellow flags out. We had rental schemes to bring aboard Ukrainians. We are having, in comparison, In comparison, PhD students from Palestine, forget repatriating them to safety.
Yeah.
Palestinian students, PhD students, being denied permission to enter this country. We have IDF soldiers, alleged IDF soldiers, okay, who have been posting their war crimes on TikTok and have returned to UK soil. Right? Compare that with Maria Hussein, who knows her, the protester who held a placard in a so-called democratic country. We have the right of upholding free speech. She's been arrested for what? For what? For voicing and expressing her opinions and concerns. Yet we have criminals, war criminals here on our soil who are going unaccounted. So my answer to you, my brother, is yes, unequivocally.